Ladies and gentlemen, this is an article that came out in the Indy Star, January 25th, 2018. Opioids may kill more Americans than World War II. The person that you're looking at in this picture is Tom Petty. He recently died back in October from a drug overdose. So part of the article goes over, his death. And we know people, we have heard over the years, celebrities overdosing and people from rich and poor families, rural areas, which are hit exceptionally hard. We've heard about the HIV, the climbing hepatitis A, B, and C that's going on across the country because of the plague of drug overdose that's going on in the country. So, this article talks about how it has grown in Indiana and across the nation, which we know. And they're saying over the next decade, 500,000 Americans would have died from drug addiction. And that's more than the total of American soldiers that died in World War II. In Indiana alone, the drug overdose deaths rose 52% between 2015 and 2016 and have doubled in the last 3 years. And, it's just talking about people from all across the country from different diverse backgrounds need to sit down and try to discuss this plague and come up with solutions. So I'm going to kind of skip over all of that um, because of, those things never pan out. It doesn't. You don't see anything like that in America. It's going to go right back to the same usual people that are trying to run everything now, will try to run this whole thing, and they won't admit that they're failing at it, which they are. You can't give drug users amnesty and then jail everybody else. It's not going to work. It is just, it doesn't make sense, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And this is why you continue to struggle to get a hold of this addiction, and it's just simply not working. Okay, these efforts to find creative and applicable solutions are already beginning. Vermont Governor Phil Scott announced in October that the Office of Professional Regulations has changed the rules to streamline the process of becoming an apprentice addiction professional, alcohol and drug counselor, or licensed alcohol and drug. Late last year, Indiana University launched a $50 million initiative to attack addiction by partnering with Governor Eric Holcomb and the state's leading health care system to train addiction specialists and conduct essential research into science behind substance use disorder. Indiana's drug czar, Jim McClellan, uh, recently announced new prescribing guidelines for painkillers. And in West Virginia, hospitals are working with public health departments to gather data on non fatal opioid overdoses to proactively get more addicts into treatment. Across the nation, family and friends and community members are mourning people who have been lost as a result of their dependence on opioids. Others are struggling through the pain of addiction or the hard work of recovery. So, they're pretty much saying a lot of what we hear in many of the articles, And the bottom line is they really don't know what to do, ladies and gentlemen. That's why this thing is continuing to get bad and you're not seeing any improvement. There's no way this is going to work by keeping the junkie out of jail and putting everybody else in jail. It's going to be a complete flop and no one is going to get off of the drugs. This is why we see absolutely no movement in getting these people in rehab in a big way. All you see are the number of addicts growing every single day across America. Why should these addicts worry about anything when you already gave them carte blanche to never go to prison in America? So they get to stay out here wandering from one dealer to the next, getting their drug and putting everybody at risk, driving drugged up behind the wheel, being a public nuisance, all out, all over the place, lying all over the sidewalk, and just being unsightly out in public. You know, but see, you're satisfied with that because it's a public health issue, and and it's not going to do any good to jail them. We have to do this and we have to do that, and none of those things are working. None of it is working. This drug plague is stronger than ever before in America. But they will do anything to keep their people out of jail. But to this day, Black people are still going to jail for drugs. That's how you know they are insincere about this entire thing. Because if they were, they wouldn't be jailing anybody with a drug addiction. The fact that they are still getting you for drug possession for minimal amounts of drugs tell you this is all about saving white people and no one else. Please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on that notification bell twice. Join me over on Black Junction TV and blackspot.com. Peace, family.